Hola, buenos días, clase. Espero que estén bien. So we're working on chores and free time activities. In your last video focused on primarily AR verbs. We're going to look at some ER and IR verbs. If you want your own copy of today's note, you just click on this and it comes up. And in order to have your own copy, what you will do is when it finishes loading, you're going to go over here to File. Sometimes it takes a second. We just have to be patient. So you click on File and you click Make a Copy. Go ahead and make a copy of the entire presentation so you have everything that you need. Now, if you save it here, you save it back to me. I don't need a copy of the lesson. So you make sure that you click on that, and you're going to go back to your own My Drive. Maybe. See, my internet can be slow too. I'm going to go all the way back to your My Drive. Hopefully you already have a folder for this class. If not, you're going to create a folder, and you're going to call it Spanish 2. And you might call it Spanish 2 second period, Spanish 2 third period, Spanish 2 sixth period, Spanish 2 seventh period. Or you might just call it Spanish 2 2020, 2021. And now you've got your own folder. You hit select, and it's going to go right into your own folder, and you're going to have your own copy. And hopefully that's going to help you out. Rather than sitting here and watch it spin, we're going to go back into the lesson. I want you to be able to express what chores and free times activities you do with 75% accuracy or better, as evidenced by your classwork. That means if you've forgotten some of the vocabulary, it's okay, you're human. Make sure you go back and you study those Quizlet sets, you study your vocabulary list that I gave you, or you study the Senor Jordan videos. Here are some old Quizlet sets that I'm happy to share with you. Some Senor Jordan videos on AR verbs. I'm going to add in ER and IR verbs before we have class. And then the old things here about greetings, introductions, expressing name, and using tener. So before class starts, I'm going to add in the ER and IR verbs instead of these AR verbs. So last time we were together, we had you peek at this, las tareas domésticas, actividades de ocio. Hopefully you've been studying them and you remember that las tareas domésticas are chores and actividades de ocio are free time activities. Barrer el suelo, leer, sacudir los muebles, ver la televisión. Focusing on those because we're on ER and IR verbs today. So what do you feel like doing? ¿Qué tienes ganas de hacer? ¿Qué tienes ganas de hacer? Yo tengo ganas de. Yo no tengo ganas de. So I feel like and I don't feel like. And you can put in leer, ver la televisión, correr, comer, dormir. We've done that before. So, ¿qué tienes que hacer? We focused on this last class too. ¿Qué tienes que hacer? What do you have to do? ¿Qué tienes que hacer? Well, yo tengo que, I have to. Yo no tengo que, I don't have to. Barrer, escribir, leer, sacudir. So tonight, esta noche, yo tengo que escribir a máquina. Yo no tengo que sacudir. So I remember how we change these verbs around. Instead of saying what I have to do and what I feel like doing, just whether or not I do them. To read, to eat, to run, to sweep. Make sure you're studying your vocabulary. Leer. So you drop off that ER, you add the O, and you might say, yo leo libros. You might say, yo leo revistas. You might say, yo no leo libros. You might say, no leo revistas. So take a moment, think how you would do comer, correr, barrer el suelo. Pause this video, think about it, and then go on to the next slide. Okay, welcome back. How'd you do? So if you want to say, I read books, leo libros. I read magazines, leo revistas. Como frutas, corro, barro el suelo. Yo no leo libros. No como frutas. No corro. No barro el suelo. So, ¿qué haces? ¿Qué no haces? What do you do? What don't you do? ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué no haces? Hopefully in class, we're going to have a chance to go to some breakout rooms. We're going to be able to split screen. You'll have some notes. And I'd like you to practice speaking back and forth. Can I force you? No. Do I want you to succeed? Yes. So make sure you practice in your breakout rooms. If you're doing this asynchronously at home, practice saying it out loud. See if you can find another friend in the class or that you know that you might be able to practice back and forth with. So you want to practice asking these questions out loud. ¿Lees libros o revistas? ¿Qué comes? ¿Corres? ¿Barres el suelo? Go ahead and ask me number one, and then I'll answer. Leo libros y revistas. Número dos, ask me. Pregúntame. Yo como mucho. Me encanta comer la pizza. Como queso todos los días. Ok. Número tres, pregúntame. No, no corro. Número cuatro, pregúntame. Sí, barro el suelo. All right, so then you got IR verbs. Now, if you've noticed something, I did the AR verbs in red in the last class. We did the ER ending verbs in blue, and I'm doing the IR ending verbs in green. I'm a visual person, so that's how I learn. So what do? You drop that IR, you add O to talk about yourself. Now, I have something funky here with dormir and pedir. So pause the video, think about how you would change these around, and then come back. Okay, welcome back. Let's see what you did. Ta-da! Yo sacudo los muebles. No duermo bastante. Vivo en Newport News. No vivo en Norfolk. Pido ayuda. All right, so repite, por favor. Sacudir los muebles. Sacudo. Dormir. Duermo. Vivir. Vivo. Pedir. Pido. If you're a little concerned about dormir and pedir, come talk to me. We'll do a tutorial session. So again, I'd like to go out to the breakout rooms. I'd like to have you guys practice with each other. I'll practice asking you and you answer. Ready? ¿Duermes bastante? ¿Pides ayuda? ¿Vives en Newport News? ¿Sacudes los muebles? Your turn. You ask me. Número uno. Pregúntame. No, no duermo bastante. Número dos. Pregúntame. Sí, pido ayuda. Número tres. Pregúntame. Sí, vivo en Newport News. Vivo muy cerca de Denby. Número cuatro. Pregúntame. Sí, sacudo los muebles. No me gusta. All right, so hopefully you were able to express what chores and free time activities you do. Let me know. Tell me a private message if you need to. Do you need to come for some tutoring sessions? I'm going to start offering some. And I thank you so much for your time. And again, by the time we get to class, I'm going to change these to the ER, IR ending verbs. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.